Yeah, I'm paying a bit more attention now. We've had a run where I literally didn't have the top bar of the game, but I always do a test where I look, but like I don't look closely. Now I'm going to pay a bit more attention. Yeah, the first set of all of these missed. It was like the screen was pushed up by OBS, and I've not changed anything, so it's not to be expected. I always do a sound check and a to make sure it is actually recording and that it's got the right wind. Although there is one time when I didn't do that, where that also caused me a bit of grief, and I had to like redo, and it was actually on Saxlingham. Right, now I have finished. I have had a sneak preview of this. I did come in a little earlier to actually have a look at this, and it is, well, I would say, yeah, obviously any production that you make, I always try to be balanced with all of them to make them, and it's based upon the straw factory. It's using the guar bean greenhouse too. So I've altered the price of these. It does still look like the straw factory, but it actually isn't, although it does have a resemblance too. But the thing is with this, I've put the price down because the straw factory I started, because it's a specialist. I thought, well, we started at 27,000, which is my normal ones. I thought, yeah, but you've still got to put the guar bean greenhouse down too, so it's got requirements that it needs to actually work. So I thought, really, I don't think you should do that. So, oh, typical. Always, Mr. Smith is in the way. So, yeah, we're going to have a look at this. I just wanted to make sure the icons are all working in case I have to pop out. We did the fertilizer, and that is why that little John Deere is on the field. So let's grab this. Of course, we could have used this. I do really, but I don't want this. I love using the mover, I really do, but I don't want it to be every single Let's Play. I don't have a baler and we just have the mover on every single Let's Play, because it soon grows boring for everyone if you only use the same things, even if it's a favourite or something like that. Did a good job, this did. The one thing I haven't done good, because I've done this, I haven't done my weight. Yeah, I intended to, and it's only as I'm talking to yourselves I'm like, you didn't do the weight. I didn't, it's true. But I have done, something that took nearly all afternoon instead. There's only so much you can do, really. So we did all the fertilising. Oh, and look at that. It's fertilised 100%. It's so much precision farming. Do I miss it? Absolutely not at the minute. Really not. It was such a mess for such a long time that, it's utter bliss not to have precision farming, and you wouldn't have heard me say that at one point, but it's just such a mess. In fact, the whole game does really buggy, weird things. It really is awful. Right. So then, let's stick that down and let's Mr. Smith get out of the way again. I haven't started anyone's engines because I'm trying to get into the habit of like jumping in and starting the camera straight away so you can see in case anything drops. Excuse me, I've got a horrible frog in my throat. So we want to be putting this down first. And no, there is something there. You can't be that close to that. The skirt. So I would say when it's no, it's got too big a skirt. That's the bad thing about that. It has. So if we put it in B mode though. It's not too far away. Yeah, that I can live with that. Fantastic. And so I've wanted a wooden base on this rather than the standard like ones I've been using stone, because I thought, well, it's a wood-based product, so I want it to be like totally wood. I'm quite pleased with apart from the crisscross on the top, which is actually the residue of the straw factory, which I will get around to fixing. To remove. Let's just get the chevrons visible, and probably I need to like level that as well. You can't have anything like that not being level. It's like terrible. So if we just get that level just for where the pallets spawn, otherwise all hell will break loose. Yeah, it really is quite bad. Let's just go a little bit further, and then we can just soften the edge so it's not like a really terrible lump. Yeah, that should not be too terrible. Yeah, I think that's alright. It's not perfect, but it never is. It's impossible for a human being to be perfect because you're imperfect. It's true. It's a bit of a... Now then, so we sort of... Do we have... Because there's a lot of space in here. I hate filling in spaces like this because it's quite hard and complicated. You don't always get your spacing right, and then you're like... Did we put the... I don't think... Oh, no, we did. Yeah, I'm sure. I remember, vaguely remember we stuck it down here somewhere. Yeah, there we are. Yeah, we did. I thought we had. Just making sure. I don't like leaving home without one of those. Let's see how the saying goes. So we're looking for the guar greenhouse. Now, I think I've got a few different models of this, and I think one of them I tweaked and the other one I didn't. So, veg greenhouse, olive and greenhouse. So I'm not sure. That's the standard one. This, I think, is the one. Is right. So we want sort of not too far away. I want to give a bit of space in, but I don't want it too close because otherwise the mods like tear each other a bit. That's just, yeah, that I would say is not too far, and it is right next to where it needs to be. Yeah, we just need to soften so that the tractors don't like go flying, which they usually do. I have been tweaking my... Yeah, I've been on mods all afternoon, which is nice because I haven't been on them for a while in such a... I didn't feel like it, but I thought, come on, just get on with it. So I've twizzled all my... I've got... Oh, I missed that one. Hang on, there's a grapes and oils. Okay, well, that's a little bit odd. Let me just... So we've got a bit of a mix-up on the... Oh, it really is as well. In fact, it's the olive one. So, like, okay, well, we should sort of get away with selling it straight away. And I need to have a pay attention to that, like, after this. Because it's... Oh, hang on, it does say olive and grape greenhouse. Was I, like, paying no attention? Probably, this is me. Absolutely, so let's try that again, shall we? I could have sworn I saw guar bean, unless I moved or something. Olive and grape greenhouse. No, it was that one. Olive and grape. Guar bean. And it still is the right one. Should we pay attention to the icons this time, perhaps? Yeah, I'm going to say I could have sworn I turned those around as well. So, yeah, that should be about spot on, shouldn't it, really? Almost. Yeah, it still always has to do little bits of more damage that cost you even more cash. There's never a straight swap ever. It is a game. It is made by imperfect human beings. Right, please tell me this time that we have got the guar bean greenhouse. Yeah, so one of these has got... you have got one there that's like got different cycles. So we've made a mistake on one. But I'm sure 960 was the one that I had last time, and it didn't seem to be doing its job properly. So there's one mistake on one of the cycles on one of the things, that's not the end of the world, not really. So, you know, we did put the cell thing down, didn't we, actually? We need some manure. Let's get this all done. This probably... well, no, it's... Yeah, I'm not going to suddenly, like, not use this just because we've now got a 700 horsepower beast. So we're right down to 109,000. Did we actually do the... sales? Oh yeah, we knew we could not afford that. We did. I wanted to do this because I thought if I don't do this soon, there's going to be no time left to do the cycles for this. I'm not sure. I've not done mine quite as powerful, even though mine's going to be... Oh, that's the point. Did I put the... Which one did I... Oh, I took the first level one down, didn't I? That's chugging... Or chug. Yeah, I meant to put the dearer one, but then again, I suppose... Oh, it doesn't matter. Yeah, these are my icons. The particle board's lost its graphics. Okay, that's not the end of the world. So we've got... This is high end. And I didn't realise, actually, I was going to go just mulch. And when I looked into this, actually, there's a real market to this. So I was going to just go natural wood mulch. And then when I looked into it, I thought, well, actually, there's yellow, there's blue, there's green, there's black, there's red. Red, black and natural are the most common, brown. So I thought, yeah, but let's make it a bit posh. So we've got ebon crest, emberwood chips, emerald drift. Oh no, it hasn't missed my I named this after the Dawn, as in, but also my daughter's name is Dawn, so that's after my daughter. So we've just lost one. Oh no, the particle board. I think I've forgotten its graphics, so that might not actually work. Or no, it's there, so it does understand what it is. It's just graphics. Right, so that's not too terrible. I did almost forget one that which was the Oakvale chips. I finished this, tested it with the tester, and it said Oakvale chips is not used for anything. I thought, oh well, it should be. So I went through and we've like done everything again. So yeah, this is the basic, and the cycles per month are 24. Is that right? Well, it looks right to me. We should have to see how good this is because it is true. We need to have a bit of cash because we have always been making a bit of money with our other things. So we need to, first of all, we need to grab some manure with our big 70 tonner, which I don't know where we're. It's not like it's the easiest thing to lose, really. I can see it's over here. Yeah, no, that is a point actually. Not because I'm not in favour of this. I like to find out what this can and cannot do. It's not some things it hates. It's terrible with certain water tankers or BDSSBs. It really hates it with a passion. So yeah, it just cannot suit. So I like to learn, you know, like my favourite trailers. Is it good or is it bad, or does it struggle, or is it perfect, or because it really battles with some of them, it's horrible. No, that's all right actually. That's fantastic because I do like this. Obviously, this is the best. It's for turning quickly, and I've got to be honest. This is a bit of a tight. It is. This is not the easiest to go in and out of. I'm not regretting it because it's. I wanted to really feature this, and I couldn't really do it unless I did this, and this was about the only way that I could really make this happen. So. Yeah, for the no, I would imagine most people would like have watched this already. You know, all my life of dragging that around some chronic. Right, so then we want manure. Is what we want. That's the one. I still debate whether or not I should do the smoke that comes out of that, the little tiny dust particles, but I still think no, because it sort of covers a multitude of sins when you're not quite. I mean, I am under that, but you're not always, and it sort of shows that you're not. And I think, well, I like, you know, I'm a human being and I make mistakes. I just want it to cover me back really, because it's a bit too. It'll pour in, which is bad. To me, it's the wrong way round, and I think I've got it right because. If it's wrong, I don't want to see that it's wrong. You know, what I mean is that the fill things are quite generous. Omatanus is quite generous. You can be half a mile away and it will still say you can fill, and it will... Ooh, where am I? It could be the road, because the... Ooh, that's... Yeah, it's not turning very quickly, is it? Right, okay, yeah, I had the same struggle with the last time. Doesn't want to turn. Perhaps it is the lay of the land. Yeah, that's about as good as it's going to get. So we're going to wallop that if we don't. We need to sort of go straight and then start to pull round. I think we might need to sort of alter this a bit. So maybe chop a couple of these little bushes down, because we don't seem to be able to turn properly here. Yeah, there's sort of like a bit of a resistance to turning at this point. It's probably the lay of the land. It's got to be something like that, because this is like the bestest we've got for turning, and that's why I thought I'd give this a shot. Well, two reasons, obviously, as I said, really to test. Yeah, wow, that is like, that's worse than the it is actually, it's true. Right, okay, we need to do something about this. We can't have this. This is our main way in. So let's first of all get rid of that bush, which it was a good idea in a way, but it's not worked out quite to plan really, has it? So right, okay, so did we? I think they were bushes too. Let's get rid of that one. We need to chop that one down. I think you need to sort of do this as a bit of a turning circle. Can we now pull? No, we're sort of jammed. Somehow we are jammed against that tree or something. Yeah, I don't think it's helping with it. This is really low, and I think it's pulling on the ground. So let's grab a normal tractor. As I said, this is brilliant, but it does have like flaws. I think we need to. Yeah, I think we've got to. Yeah, we need to put super strength on as well. Yeah, we're going to have to do this. Yeah, it's just... Ooh, wow. That was a mega. Ooh, I see why that... Yeah, I struggled with that, though. That is terrible. Yeah, I think we might need to... yeah, we might need to do something about that. It is... I mean, I do like this, because I've got to be honest... The game is bad, but it's also very good in so much as you never know what's going to happen. You can have a plan in your mind and you can spend 30 minutes trying to dig something out of a ditch or something like that that you never thought for 1 minute was going to happen. Is it a good thing? It is in a way. It is. It's because it is such a good game in so much as it's got such a wide... That's true. We're gonna have to sort of like, we're gonna have to like level this over here a bit, or maybe that's wood chips. Are we gonna? It's not important. I don't mean it nasty. I know we could do with it and all the rest of it, but it's only a little bit. What we really need to do is do this. So we want to set slope target point there, and then we want to go up like that, so there's a bit of a natural slope, so we can use this for going like down here. And I know we've lost... Oh yeah, that doesn't seem to be like doing a very good job, so now let's do a bit of softening to join the two. It should really... Let's just see what is wrong with this. It does, yeah, no, it does actually. I can see it. There's like a bulbous bit there. Gotta be careful though. This tool is a real bit of a beast. Let's try that. Yeah, we might have to sort of reverse quite a lot because it really is quite severe. Right, brilliant. We're in business. Fuel we need. Right, so let's stick this in. Let's grab the water tanker. I will put a tap right out here. I just think it's... Oh, no, we did level. Yeah, we did. We were good. It should be just about here. It should be. And as we are obeying the rules of, like, levelness, it should actually work quite fine. Well, that's dumping. Let's just stick a tap down right next door. Right next door to this. And we don't care that it's overlapping because it will do nicely. Fantastic. Now, I don't really know that we ought to have done that. Wow. Fantastic. So that's a full amount. So let's grab one of those with a water tanker. Don't think it's you. Let's change it back to normal. Telehandler. This actually managed this quite well. Says as it struggles. Oh, wow. Let's stick this in. This pretty much is going to almost fill that. If I can actually get near the trigger, because he's already on the trigger. I'm not sure if Giants have improved that, where if there's an inactive trigger or something on the trigger that's inactive, whether it's still can use it now. I haven't got two things on a trigger before now, but one had to be inactive. You could do that on FS25 as well. Oh, it is struggling somewhat. It is heavy though, I've got to be honest. It's like 30 tons of water. That is a lot of water. Okay. Ooh. Let's just try something normal, like a normal, because it could be that it looks low to me, but it's not always as it looks actually. Sometimes they are higher than you think. I mean, they've all got to be sort of in the rough range, or none of them will work. I have a difficulty with this a long time ago, but really shouldn't struggle with something like this that we've just seen is Okay, so maybe it was just a little high then. So that's almost... Switch it on. Now this, I mean, I was almost, when I was going through the recipe for the chipping factory, as I've called it, let me just switch these on quickly. And we do need to go to distribute 2, so I need to change one of these. And we want to distribute. Yeah, as I was doing the chipping factory, I was going to remove and just go for wood chips for these. And I thought, well, hang on a minute, what about the dye? So the guar glue is there to stick and the direct cost for this is the dye, but the guar glue is the constituent that sticks the colour to it. So I've sort of thought, well, direct costs plus the guar glue is what enables the colour to be on, then also helps it burn, because to last, gives it a protective layer. So I thought, well, that's not too terrible really. Right, so yeah, we will start filling as well, and we will dump, but it won't take long to build. Right, so then we now need to switch on. We need to tell the huge corner production to move those wood chips that it's actually got. I was considering this because obviously, yeah, the iron ore is part of the game and it knows what that is. So I was considering, how do I pull iron ore in and actually make the window thing? It would be nice to actually use it. So yeah, rather than just have it for the one map. So I want to switch that on. We also want to distribute, because we have got a load in here, or should have a load in here. We should have over, is it 160,000 litres or... Oh, I'm going to... Oh, the silage has gone in here. We didn't even ask it to. This is what I'm saying. Yeah, it is. I've been saying this. They just do what they like. It's terrible. So no wonder we're not earning anything. It's just helping itself to the silage that should be going straight from the... Yeah, they talk to each other. I've said this. It's terrible. It's no wonder there's no production silos in the game, because Giants know, you'd all know that it's like... It's not working right, even with all Braven's and other people's. Yeah, other people are addressing, because it's sort of like saying productions don't work on their own. You need fine control. Well, shouldn't they work? Isn't that their job to work? Shouldn't Giants have made it work? Oh, wow. Oh, it didn't tell us it had come. I knew this had happened. I knew it. Oh, my life. Yeah, the second one of those. Well, that we can actually afford. Oh, my bad. I'd forgotten about that. We did the reset, didn't we? Oh, well, it's... Yeah, it got delivered. So that we can also do. I think if we do that, though, we did sort of say there might be a sacrifice to remember. It's a really good price. This is going to really skint us, though. No. Oh, I like the chrome, and it's no extra cost. We can't afford the cover. I think we're going to have to, like, yeah, go... So that came but didn't tell us it had arrived. Yeah, we do need that. Yeah, yeah, we need it. That's big as well. It's not really, that's not the problem, is it? It's the that's that we are now absolutely skint for. I wouldn't normally consider this, but as it's also a very good price, I just really don't want to lose it. Have we got any contracts? I really, what is that? It's got to be big, hasn't it? 30. Oh my life! It's got islands and all sorts. But we do need about 20 odd grand. Also, it'd be nice to go for one. Oh, that is right next to us, but needs lugging all the way over there. Borrow items. Okay. Well, it looks like we're doing a contract then. Well, we could actually use our own stuff, couldn't we, really? What, yeah, we didn't even look to what it was. Do you know? Seriously, what have we got to get? Wheat. Oh, okay, that's not too terrible. Well, okay, then. We have a harvest of our own and a 70-tonner. We can use our own stuff if we so wish. But it shouldn't really take us an awful long time. Oh, we need to... yeah, I need to like enhance this as well, don't I? Now, last time I tried contracts, it didn't work, so I haven't tried them again since in FS25. So, in advance, if we do it, and we will give ourselves the cash. We're not like doing loads of work and then not having the money, or because the game's like having a funny turn when we've actually put and any like financial thing that doesn't work, all that type of stuff. It's going to cost us a fortune. I think we're going to have to put up with the pipe being however long it is. Yeah, I don't think we can extend the pipe. It's just going to have to be the wind arm, I think. Oh, I didn't even repair it. My bad. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Oh, okay. I thought we'd got the biggie. I thought we could go for the 22. So it's the 19 ton is the biggest that we've got on this one. It might have been the other year. Well, we've gone all the way through, so we should get to the highest. Yeah, so it is that one. Yeah, that is the biggest. So we're going to keep... Hang on a minute. Didn't we have a more powerful horsepower one than this? Yeah, that's... I could have sworn we did something different to this. Obviously we didn't. No, I think we did change our tyres to the... Yeah, they're like... It's because of the map. Yeah, specify numbers, no. Yeah, we did all of that. Rear hitches. Ah, we didn't do that. Oh. We're going to have to put up with the pipe is what it is. It is. So that's going to cost us a grand amount of nearly 7,000. Okay. Okay then, right. Yeah, let's jump in. I think I feel a time lapse coming on because we are going to be very busy. I think, do I? No, I think we'll course play it. We've got 70 tonner as well, which we do need to wash out because someone's just used it from the newer. Right, I'm going to say my words. Yeah, let's get this done. So, obviously in advance, if it goes wrong, we're going to give ourselves the cash because we're not doing this. We've got spent cash on our own harvester all to get this ready, which this should make light work of this because it's a monster header. So yeah, ooh. Oh, it's got water on the fields, and I hope the game allows for that type of thing because you can't. There's nothing you can do about that. Almost makes you want to switch the realistic weather mod off because if it's going to scupper my chances of doing a contract, then it should all be. This is what I was saying. The mod has done a very good job of making a mod, but it's got to fit in the game. If you can't, if it's going to stop you doing contracts and things like that, then really, it's right. So we need to do 33. Yeah, it is bad. Anyway, let's shut up and like get on with this. That's still me. Right, so yeah, I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Wow, not everything converted well from FS22. This is a real... Yeah, when it gets heavy, it's all over the place, and it's amplified for the print off. Oh, it was alright, like just carrying but with it, like a thing of wheat, it was terrible. It was like booking all over the place. This is not much better, but it is marginally better. Yeah, as soon as you go over 20 miles an hour, it starts to push you all over the place. Maybe it's real. I'm going to say, I suppose when you consider the weight in this, it is quite considerable. Maybe it would do that. It's just that I'm not used to that. As in, like, you know, I always said that at the very end of FS22, now I know as a modder you can switch the weight off of the thing, or even partially switch the weight off. So it's like you pushing almost a light trailer, or you can be like as if you're actually pulling along the empty trailer. And I always felt like with the 70 tonner that right the way through FS22 I never had any issues with it. It was fantastic. And then right close to the end of FS22, it started to get a little bit, I was like, oh, I can't remember the 70 tonner ever like doing this sort of thing before. But this is like, again, just like without any, as if like it is what it is. And it's causing issues. It doesn't matter if you pull the drawbar up or pull it down, or it just pushes you all over the place with the weight. And as I said, it may be that's true. And obviously we were protected by the fact that H2 Studios didn't allow all of the weight, and then he did, and then it's been converted, and maybe Giants insist that it's got to be as is with FS25. I'm not sure, but its behaviour is definitely not what I remember. But thinking back to the end of FS22, I did sort of very close to the end think this has changed, the behaviour's changed. So then, how well have we done? Now then, we're not going to collect. I have had a word with the farmer, and he's quite happy with me grabbing a couple of loads. Yeah, obviously I cannot buy the straw. We've said this already. Now we can, obviously, whatever we get left on the wheat, we need the same amount of straw. He says he's got plenty of straw. If I wish to, I can take, you know, what I need. Now he doesn't mean like I'm to take his entire field, but he is quite happy with me taking some that I need. I explained like what the process is and all the rest of it, and he can spare a few tons, he said. So not bad. So 22 tons, well, almost 23 tons of wheat, so that means we need 23 tons of straw, which we've already got. So that's it. We're not taking the mick, so we'll grab the contracts and hopefully buy our tractor. Yes, fantastic. So excellent. So we should now be able to afford that and have a little we're just going to buy it as is. We'll like we'll have like all manner of things done to it, bigger engines and all sorts. So it starts to 295, which that is good news. I really didn't want to lose it. The print off, I think what I'm going to do, in fact we'll do it now, is we're going to no, we've got no money for like doing our buying and selling. We'll be lucky to buy a single thing, really. Now the one good news is, obviously with having this bit of wheat as well, that's left this like 23 odd tons, that's going to make quite a bit of mineral feed. And the mineral feed it's not fantastic, but it is good. Even on hard economy, but it's not super duper. It's not like fertilizer or anything like that, but it is worth something. So and it sort of sells almost any time of the year. It's one of those things that's good always. So I think I'm right. I'm almost sure I am. So cracking session, long session, but cracking session nevertheless. And we've got our prize. Yeah, we've actually managed, and not only that, but also we've managed to get, obviously I know we did the corn on purpose for later, which we're going to do, but obviously we've also got like this amount of wheat as well, which is a bonus that I was not expecting, really. Yeah, I didn't look at all to see what the crop was, which was very stupid of me, but I don't do contracts. It is nice to see the contracts are working, because I was disgusted at the beginning of FS25. I think I did it once on Riverbend Springs, well, no, a few times, and a fertiliser contract on one of the smallest fields ever, it failed, and I thought, fertiliser contract failed? That's ridiculous. And then later on, I think I tried a harvest contract or something like that, where you got an amount and it wasn't enough, and so obviously the contract failed. So I thought, oh, I'm glad I don't do contracts. I'm glad I'm not Mr. CDP, because, you know, this is just too much. FS22 was the same at the beginning. It took ages to... So if contracts, as you think, really are best to wait a bit. I mean, I don't mean it should be fixed now, and it seems to be. Yeah, I know there was issues with oats, I seem to remember. I did an oats contract, and then it was... I saw Mr. CDP... and he was saying about, yeah, oats are a bit, in fact, I think he said it was all the grain crops, but yeah, so there were issues. Where are we going with this? Are we going back to give it to the farmer? Perhaps, that's what, yeah, that's me and talking and concentrating at the same time. Not so good. Not good at all. So let's stick this, in fact, yeah, let's stick this direct into the self-sufficiency. Some of our, that is a point actually, that tree is really in the way, this one here. It is our field, and we have also got the periphery. It would be really useful if we could like it's just in the wrong place. And that's the only reason I'm doing this. I'm not doing it for the wood chips, although, yeah, I'm not going to like leave them or anything. Oh, I think they disappeared. So I'm not at all... Yeah, it's just, I think it's sort of the swing space in every single way. This I'm not sure, I don't normally go this way, but I'm sure it can be done. And yeah, the print-off seems best, yeah, because I'm going to hit the sign. It just seems to run out of steam almost straight away. Let's see if we can actually do this forwards, but I don't fancy my chances. No, we did. Yeah, I knew this needed diesel. Let's just try and really swing wide. Do we need that tree? It's the boughs more than anything. In real life, you wouldn't need to do this, but the boughs stick out and grab the top of your sort of thing. It's what I've said. We all know that the trees don't terribly go, but especially when it's like in your turning, where you've got to turn into going to your... that's better, that is better. Yeah, I don't even need to reverse in now, that's fantastic. So we've managed to get all of our tools, including our special delivery of the plough to the field. Definitely, that was a bit different. So, the collisions, I must do something about that as well. Yeah, in fixing it, I broke it, if that makes any sense. Right, so let's have a look. I think I switched everything on. So we should now see mineral feed. It should have some straw at some point soon. What do we need? Yeah, digestate's the main thing, and we've got plenty. So again, this is not handed to you on a plate. It has to be worked for. It's got multiple things, and even if you like sort of think, well, I'll allow the buying. I always only, as a rule of thumb, say that I'll allow one input to be bought. Stones are a bit of a strange one anyway, and I mean, yeah, you can't rely upon getting them off your field because you don't get enough. So buying it is cheap even in real life. So I do allow that. So obviously we've now got I think we put the other 6 tons in the, yeah, so that should come across at some point. So yeah, we've got digestate, stone, straw and wheat, so that will produce a fair amount. It's a nice mix, that one is. I was quite pleased with that. It was right, so let's just check on the prices at I think I'm right in saying that the mineral feed is GHL mineral. Okay. Can't see if you're looking. Huh. It's nice to see it's got my chips and that down. So where's the mineral feed then? Wow, there's an awful lot of... So where's the mineral feed? It should be M, surely. Is it classed as a... It shouldn't really be. It's a commodity, isn't it? It's not a, like, natural sort of thing. But does it put it into 3 separate sections then now? Yes, I'd have thought it was miscellaneous. Huh. So does it not actually show... Yeah, we're not produced any, so it won't show any just yet. And we haven't put our self-marketing down either. So it is good. We shall see. But yeah, I think it might be when the self-marketing goes down, it might actually tell us. So let's go through till 11 and we should actually get a bit of action. 11 o'clock, things should go swizzling around, really. It's just that the rain is coming in a bit. So we should see a bit of action now, I think. Digestate. Straw's not come across. Wheat, a little bit more, but not a lot. Plenty of water. Digestate's already there. Stones. Did we not? No, we told the stone. Why is that actually not pushing the stones across then? And the straw, we told it to. I'm sure we did. Silage distributes. We didn't. Yeah, and we did put that load in there, so that's my fault then. Yeah, so let's get that pushed across. Yeah, I did one thing. That's typical. I always say this of myself. I always do one thing, but like the others things I forget. So straw also we want to distribute. And silage is distributing, and wood chips is distributing, and stone is also distributing, but we need to... It is on. Just check that everything we need is on too. Wheat is distributing, and it is on. Let's just check. We haven't got that much in here, so we've done stones. Did we switch the stones? We did. So silage we told and is on as well, I think. Yeah, it is. It's sort of... Now, that's one thing that it seems to be less glowy now. It's harder to see things are switched on than it used to be. But yeah, so hopefully in an hour... You're a long, like 10 times away from us, so should we... one thing I'd like to do... I think actually we've got everything. I don't know how we missed the search sort of thing coming up, because it was seemed to just be there and I never saw anything at all. Let's speed up till 3 o'clock. I don't think we've got anything left to search, and we certainly haven't got any cash. What I'm thinking is it's going to push the stuff around and do a little bit of the work that we would do. I always find it's better to speed time up. It gets things done better than if you were to go through, but I'm not going to do this for very long. Let's just have a quick look at this. Oh, it's got a bit of a nice glossy sheen on it. Oh, it has as well. That'd be the additional thing that I've got on there. Nice big ball. Yeah, the crisscrossy. I'll try and just get a bit closer to this, just like zoom in a little. The wood on that is really nice. Only the crisscrossy bits obviously ruin it a bit. I'll make sure that's gone soon, and then it'll look an awful lot nicer. Yeah, I know what causes that. It's when these were both round. I've got flat ones and round ones. Now this was originally from a round, so I just grabbed the planes, the BI Industries thing and the boarding factory thing that it sticks on, the decal as they call it, and obviously it was round and I pushed it in so it was almost flat, but it does something strange to them where it makes them go darker. So I will eventually swap them for my normal flat ones, or my the other flat ones. It's nice to see the beans are going. Nice one, excellent. Oh, we're going till 7 o'clock. Did you mean to do that? Not really. Just chatting. So I've got 29,000. We can buy that. Well, let's do a bit. We need to do some buying and selling. We need it. So we'll do these little items to bring in a bit of cash, and we shall sell a few little bits. Yeah, I've left that there. So that's right. We have got you. Our prize awaits. Obviously, it's not as at its best. It's a cracking tractor. I've got it on Star Valley. I can't remember if I've actually done any posting on Star Valley, or whether I was deliberating. It's a nice map, very different. It reminds me a bit of Frontier, but it's not. Frontier was good. It was a very balanced one. Also, a little bit of Rogue River Valley, which was a cracking map, but it was too generous. Yeah, it was one of those. The play balance was all, in my opinion, was all wrong, and you became rich overnight if you put a little bit of effort in, and I did, and I became a multimillionaire. It sort of ruined things a little bit. I thought, and I just came off the Rogue River Valley because it was just too. I could have just wiped the floor with and bought all the fields, and that to me it's a bit like giving yourself invincible lives on any game. It's the quickest way to kill any game, I find. If you, that is a good price. Well, it's a good price anyway, but wow. So we are going to sell everything though. We've really got to in a way. It's a shame. That's a nice tractor, 110 horsepower for 22,000. I've never had that one. I think it's obviously a pack that I've not long put in. It's an old model. Obviously, we can tell by the fact it's all square and not rounded, which is quite an old model. But I'm not one who'd ever complain. To me, it's always about the horses. I do like nice steerers. That's why I like fence and I do like masses. But I also a little bit partial to New Holland as well. Was probably one of the first manufacturers I used to choose to actually swap. So we can just afford that. I think that's as far as we're going to be able to go, though. I don't think we're going to be able to afford. Is this another one with options that we can't switch off? It appears so. Wow. Yeah, I am tempted because it does supposed to be 35,000, which we can afford. So I would also, well, if I take a loss, I take a loss. I suppose that's what I'm trying to say. We will let us lend 5,000 from the bank because it's, yeah, do we just give ourselves the 6,000? Because it shouldn't really be happening. It's fibbing. We shall see. I shall see how this sits. I don't like going around rules, but it is true. It was fibbing. Yeah, it should be 35,000, and it's somehow majestically, and it's not showing us any option we can actually switch on or off. I hate this. It's awful. It shouldn't happen. Now let's see what we actually do, because yeah, as in like, do we get 41,000 back for this, or does it cheat us? Do we get 35, which would be 30? So do we get 38, or do we actually get? Does it ignore the 41 and give us a bit of profit? That's what I mean. Some of them, it seems to the options don't matter. They're like almost built in. But I think the modded things don't seem to work with the game engine so well. Yeah, that's my point. So in a way, we gave ourselves that, and we didn't really get it back. It was what I mean is it was sort of worked in that you almost. So again, it looks to me like the more modded something is, like JHHG or DD Mod Passion, it doesn't work with the having the bonuses switched on. So yeah, it is what it is. Right, so let's also have a look. How is our mineral feed March? Does it show you? Will it show you now? It wasn't there. No, there's pig food's another one that doesn't appear either. So I thought mineral feed did though, but it definitely MI is there. MI is there as well. But MLI, so it should be MIN. Should be here, but it's not. So it's obviously another one like pig food that doesn't show itself, but it has actually, as we can see, got true value. 1,200 max. Now, if we put our selling point down now, I've got 27,000 litres already. I think, how much are we going to do in total? Let's have a quick look. Mineral feeds, how much more have we got? It is a beast for that work. So it got quite a bit more. Straw, has it done all of the straw? It shouldn't have done. We should have enough straw. It should have the equal amount of straw. So is that keeping the straw for some reason? So it will manually shift it if like it is. Ah. So Have you got the straw then? No, it can't accept it. Not anymore. Well, at least it's nice to see all of the wood chips are in there. And obviously the guar glue and that is the thing that's going to slow this down a little bit to begin with until it starts. Yeah, the guar beans are going in now. The guar glue is instantly going out and instantly making... Well, it's not actually. Why is this not actually doing anything? Why is it saying... Yeah, well, we know the guar glue, but the guar beans are in there and the guar glue is on. I've definitely got plenty of water. No, we haven't. See, that's what we forgot. It's Mr. Smith again, strikes again. Right, let's get this sorted. Yeah, it's me. It usually is. That's why I like to check, because I know what I'm like. I'm a terror. I think we've already got the telehandler on that, haven't we, down here? So let's just grab telehandler, which... it's no longer got it. He's just got the weight. That's right. He was struggling a bit. I remember now. Right. Okay. So let's grab this and stick this straight into. You know, I'm a terror. I do not seem to be able to cope with any more than one production, and even that I still struggle with. Ooh, wow, that is a real struggle. Then again, I'd imagine it would be. So this should now start to work, because we have definitely got quite a few beans in. It's auto unloading. Fantastic. Yeah, now this also, we really ought to put a tap down, because, yeah, I think we'll put it on this side. And it should easily be able to grab that. Yeah, we should now get the battle, and in time that should literally, as long as you keep your thing on, it should literally sort of do that. So that's now, yeah, you can see straight away we've got little tiny litre of each of all of those. That's fantastic. So that is now working. Right, so I wasted all those hours all the way through the day. Yeah, so let's go through till tomorrow morning. We're going to lose those, I know, but it's tough. But we did make a few quid. No, we'll do all of the mineral feed and we shall see what it's worth in the morning. And then it's over. Yeah, as in like the session, because that's something else. Oh, I love that. I love that tractor. It's fantastic. Another Rumbler van. Someone sent it back. Oh, that is a cracking price. But I have said this. I love the Merge Max, but it is really quite a small... But for that kind of price, I've got to be honest, it's something else. So that is quite special. Now, we do stand a chance if we play our cards right of actually earning quite a lot of cash out of that. So I think we're going to leave that till next session. We're just going to take a quick look at like how much mineral feed we finally managed to do. I'd imagine we finished it because it is fairly powerful. The stones are all across. Finally, straw's gone, so I presume that means that the wheat is equally gone. No. Oh, well, that's a bit odd then. It really should be. Did I not get enough straw? We had 27 tons of that. We had 27 tons of straw that I put inside to the thing. So where's the straw gone then? Yeah, we did definitely put 27, one full lot of straw in there. So has it disappeared? Has it stolen the straw off us because it was like from a... I wonder if when we ended the contract, the straw disappeared. It's the only thing to me that makes any sense. Although, if that's true, then how did we make the mineral feed? Because you need straw. So, yeah, that makes no sense. 35,000 litres of mineral feed, which is 17,000 litres of straw. So it's like 10 tons of straw disappeared. But do you know, when all said and done, I'm still quite happy with that. Let's just switch it off for now, because we do need some straw, which we'll get from our crop when it's ready. So 140,000 litres of digestate. We did earn quite a bit of cash off the biogas plant. I could see that from what we did. So the grass is also still working. So that again is going to get a little bit more. And also we should now have a bit of digestate in this as well. Yeah, that's... Yeah, we have 130. So it's do it. Oh, the straw's gone in there. Oh, I hate biogas plants. You can't get it out. I knew it didn't add up. Oh, and this is what I'm talking about. Production's chattering. We have not even got the straw switched on, and it decided, oh, yeah, I'm going to send the straw over there. And guess what? I can't get it out. So that's annoying. Yeah, well, we've got to switch it on now, haven't we? I think what we'll do, because that's not fair, that is like us being busted open by K mechanics that really shouldn't happen. It really, yeah, and I said I was going to play it this way, although it's not terribly easy to put things in. And that was a battle to get that there. I'm not sure whether I should have just like put it at ours. I'm sure there's enough room. I was just going to play the fact that I did say that this, you know, we're allowed to store it here, but these concrete things and everything made it rather difficult, so maybe not the wisest of decisions. Yeah, so we will allow a bit of straw to be bought, and we're going to direct... This is what the conclusion I made at the end of FS22 was that, in all honesty, lugging things around yourself is probably the safest thing to do, because productions are a bit of a wild card that are a bit, and I mean wild in the truest sense, where they're not, they are unpredictable and actually counterproductive. So sometimes, although I embrace productions all the way through FS22, from about halfway through, I found that really you shouldn't fully embrace productions because they don't actually work properly, as we can see here. Nothing was switched on, and yet it still did its own thing and sent it somewhere where I didn't want it. It wasn't even switched on. It was not calling for it. It doesn't care anymore. It just does it. So it's annoying. So how are we looking on our field as well? It should be... Yeah, I think we've done the last cut. We said that, didn't we? So it should be first growth stage. It is indeed. Excellent. We're at 59,694. On hand, what does it say that we've got in mineral feed? So 35,000, 42,000 if we sell it in much. Now, we'll get 33% extra, which is 400. So that means we'll get more like 48, 49, maybe 50,000 for the mineral feed. Now, oh, actually, yeah, that's doing nicely. It's about right there. 2.5 tons is what I sort of said was my golden rule for a standard production of anything. So that's, yes, it's shown all of them. Yeah, no. Oh, so the M-board chips and the Ebon Crest and Dawn's. Oh, so they're at different sort of states of play. That because there's not enough guar glue to actually keep it going. Yeah, so I might need to tweak this, because the whole idea of this greenhouse is to keep up with the production of that, so and without having to have multiple ones of them, really. It's more of a game sort of convention, and that's why I put the price of these down, and I will do the straw factory the same, because you've already got dependencies where you've already got to put a greenhouse down or this won't work. So I just think it's better, because you've got to pay 17,000 for a greenhouse as well, minimum. I suppose I could actually do bionics and supers in this, the same as I've done the others. I think I started to do one. So, no, we're looking at the session. I'm tired, so I'm going on and on and on and on and on. Yeah, so I'm going to leave it there. We're at 59,694. We have got goods on hand. We will next session as well. We will, because you can see that if you do that in the right order, we could buy the AEB, which is going to earn us nearly $5,000. We can then do the direct disc, which is another $3,000. We could do that. Although this, which is another, and then eventually we'll be able to do the Rumbler van, and then we will have enough definitely for the North Star, which then means we could grab the cargo, and we could either do that. We don't need it really. Or we can go sell that. Oh, that's such a shame. It's a very good price. But then we might just about be able to afford that. And I would say that's going to round the team off. Truthfully, I would. So I think that would be a nice place to be. And then going forwards, whatever we might make a little bit more than I'm thinking, but I doubt it. If we're willing to sacrifice that as well, we have already got one. It's true. It's only marginally smaller than that. And we don't really need one at all because we've got the... it is nice to see that the contract didn't blow up the straw. I did hear, and I know in Frontier, you could use a ground pickup like that and naughtily grab the stones even when they weren't yours and put them somewhere else. And I think I've got a mod on anyway, I think I have, that allows straw for emissions. So it is possible that I really could have grabbed all of that, but I still makes me feel uncomfortable. But we can always go with the fact that the farmer allowed us one sort of thing, because to be honest, I could have even paid for a bit of straw. It's not expensive, but I thought that was at least a legitimate way of me getting that without me like paying for it and being crafty. But it also, I thought it went well with what we did, and it was deserved and not too terrible. Yeah, so we're going to leave it there. All that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey, and I'm going to say goodbye for now.